depending on where the conversation goes and what we hear and what's going on.
So
I'll find something to. Oh, sorry, Mike.
Oh, I was just saying good afternoon to everybody out on YouTube. Thanks for joining us today.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, YouTube.
Hope everybody's doing good out there. Appreciate you joining us. Well, sort of
Yeah.
joining. You're on YouTube.
Yeah, kind of joining.
Spy is kind of going nowhere here. It's just chopping along. It's probably not surprising. We got a half hour left in the day. So some interesting stuff happened, I guess. Yellen was on talking about how she's going to handle the economy. I think the people liked what
Yeah.
she had to say, which was basically, got to spend more money, got to spend more money, got to print more.
Well,
Fed
I
printer.
was
Not saying,
reading.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying what you
Yeah,
said, and the market liked it.
I was reading a book on the weekend. Interesting. It was talking about the economics of government, which it was interesting. It was a little counterintuitive for me on certain elements because the economics of business is and running a household is generally when things are tight, you tighten your belt. But they were saying that generally when you're running a country, the economics are the opposite. When things are going well is when you sort of need to tighten your belt, and when the economy is actually struggling is when government should be spending,
Mm-hmm.
because that's the only way you're going to sort of reignite the economy to eventually make the money back in taxes is by spending, especially on infrastructure,
Mm-hmm.
when the economy is faltering. Which, anyways, they went into more detail than that, but that was the crux of it. And I thought it was not the way I normally look at things. So I thought, well, I guess that makes sense. So
Yeah.
the problem is, if most of the stuff that the government can have the biggest impact on are large infrastructure projects, that's really where they can provide the economy a boost. But they take so long to plan, right? Like you need to have them ready to go because otherwise they're 3, 5 year planning projects. You're not building a Hoover Dam, which is saying, you know what, let's build a dam today, right? Like you have to have them working on it for a while.
Well, unless you're in China, in which case
Well,
move the
that's
people
true.
today and we'll start tomorrow.
That's true. But you also have, yes, we have other challenges here. Like, well, Brazil's a good example. Remember when they sort of went in Brazil, they decided to do all this stuff and build, and then they had like, overpasses they built for the Olympics with like 3 months planning that are collapsing on public roads and killing hundreds of people. And
Yeah,
that's a
that's
little
another.
problematic.
That's a different problem.
Wow. I wonder what the news is on BlackBerry. Anybody see
I
anything
think
today?
it's just a bunch of whoopsie. I think it's just a bunch of it's just been a bunch of news flow. There's been some deal flow, I think, on it, and I don't know what the short interest. The short interest isn't that high. It's according to Trade Ideas, it's only
EV.
7%.
Been active
EV.
EV.
Yeah, exactly. Eh?
Mm,
Hmm. Here comes
just seeing it
acres of.
popped up out of nowhere.
Oh, Facebook. What are you doing here, Mike? You might be wanting to look at Facebook.
Ooh, Facebook.
Oh, just, just set a new high of the day. It's testing 262 here.
Nice. I'm liking that. I'm long calls on Facebook.
Oh, are you? Oh, there's
Yeah. Along the 260s. In around, I get in around $3, I think.
Nice little break in it. Thanks, Dan, out on YouTube. Making software for electric vehicles, BlackBerry.
I'm still got, I've got about 1,000 shares of HIV. Was really hoping for a bit better of a move. Still holding the 20 moving average, although it's not looking great today either. It's just barely green today.
what shall I do? What do we got? It's 336. We got some good movement on stock here this afternoon.
Yeah, SPY is pushing higher here. Ooh, GameStop's dropping. The Robinhood traders are exiting. Getting some pullback on a few things here.
Facebook dropping down.
Profit taking, end of the day. And there goes bingo. I love bingo. Yeah. Careful, you'll get Megan upset if she's here. Oh, she is.
She doesn't like that song?
No, she just doesn't like it when you sing it, and then she can't stop for the rest of the day.
Oh, then it gets stuck in her head. Oh,
yeah,
my bad.
Yeah, GME is finally selling off here.
I was really hoping that Andrew was going to be successful on his IPO trades so that we could all go to Mexico. Could do it. Bearable Traders karaoke night in Mexico. Run the joint. Oh, would have been.
I wasn't hopeful upon those trades. It was.
No.
Not necessarily.
I mean, yeah. See, if he'd have played them the way I told him to.
We both warned him that IPOs, like, you don't want to take them out of the gate for a riser. That would have been the strategy like 10 years ago. Right now, it's not working that easy.
No,
So.
I mean, you wait. So Dash is up quite a bit today, but yeah, you would have waited for. Yeah, if you look at the daily, it actually kind of gave you an indication it was going to hold this sort of 137.50 level. It just kept holding it and holding it. And then it just bounced and went higher off the 9, right through the 9, right through the 20. Jesus, that's quite a move on that. 137 to 212, 214 in the matter of 7 or 8 days. Whew. Quite the move. What about Airbnb? Airbnb, not quite as clean. Bit of a V reversal around the 15th. Pull back again. Higher low.
So we do have earnings today, though. There is an interesting one on the earnings front.
We've got Netflix, right?
Yeah, Netflix.
Oh, yeah. I'm surprised because we didn't have any earnings
So,
this morning, so I didn't really expect there to be any
Yeah, I think we
today.
did. Did we have Gold? I thought we had Goldman Sachs.
No,
We
we got
didn't they? They didn't
Netflix.
announce the rest of the banks.
Yep, right after the close too, so we don't gotta wait very long for Netflix.
This is interesting. If you look at the way the banks traded on Friday that reported, whether you look at Wells Fargo or whether you look at Citi, I think J.P. Morgan was another one that reported. They all did not trade well. If you were, and when I mean that, if you were a bull, they didn't particularly trade well. And Goldman Sachs is is keeping the tradition alive. It is
That
I
not
had
is
my
trading.
I had my one and done trade on Friday on Wells Fargo. It was I did
Yes, you
the
did.
one, yeah, it's a rising devil, I guess, type trade. So
Yeah, I should
yeah.
have traded that with you instead of making my life more complicated. With I think I traded plug, but yeah, definitely Wells Fargo was a stock that was in play off earnings. So
Yeah.
it
so
is a
what is
great observation. I am in a wooden bunker today, hiding out.
what are you hiding from, Mike?
Myself.
Okay.
I had I've had a rough day today, so not trading wise. Trading wise, actually pretty decent with a couple trades on BA this afternoon, but my phone didn't charge last night, so it didn't. The alarm didn't go off, so I got up after the market opened, and
Oh,
then
that's not
just
good.
handling stuff. Everything's all out of whack, so I have to protect myself against me.
So yeah,
Oh,
actually, I'm just looking at the open of Goldman Sachs today. It's interesting. It was gapping up. It was trading. It was trading sort of above the Friday's high, and it really just started to break down after the open. Get a little bit of chop at the open, and then pretty much a clear break to the downside. So a little bit surprising. What did Wells Fargo do today? Out of curiosity, we bounced back up here. We got an inside day going on with Wells
yeah,
Fargo.
much. Not doing much really.
Not doing much, but it's back up after that sell-off on Friday. So maybe we can expect the same from Goldman Sachs tomorrow. Citi is down again today. Citi sold off Friday as well, and opened gapped up for an open, but then has been selling off again. Interesting. Yes.
We got some interesting stuff going on. Neo's been ugly this afternoon. Not only ugly, it's oogly. It's
Googly, googly, googly.
Is that
it
Goldman
is not.
Sachs?
Gosh, yeah. BB is just continues to make new highs here.
BB's a tough one because you have to if you look at the relative range, it's actually very small, right? Like it's
Yeah,
not it's a consistent mover, but it's pennies at a time. So you got to take big size and manage it well. Otherwise, the fees could kill you on this one.
yeah, totally.
So, but it is consistent. It's up over 12 now, and
Yeah,
I'm watching AMD, of course, and AMD's been moving strange this afternoon. I said I got some good trades short, but it's been doing this strange bounce. It's really like big bounces. I'm surprised at how much it's moving, almost like 50 cents at a time, up and down, which is not the way AMD typically moves. If it picks a direction, it tends to go until it hits significant resistance. And I honestly, unless it's hitting a level that I'm not seeing, like it's not going all the way back to VWAP, it's just going to some random place. I don't know what's going on with it. BB. Wow, BB might be I don't know if you would consider that as a swing opportunity, Brian, but it's
I'm kind of looking at it. I'm not ruling it out.
pull like a chart for the last 10 years on it, and had a high of 100 and $150. It's got room to go.
It does.
But yeah, recently though, go back the last couple of years, only ever had a high of about 14, just over $14. So it only gives you another couple of bucks from where it is. 14.50 looks like. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. BlackBerry keeps like promising good stuff and then not delivering. It's an exciting day, guys, for us here.
Yes.
So over the weekend, we upgraded our learning center and Bearable Traders. So sort of revamped search engine and organization. If you go to the education center, it's much easier now to find everything you're looking for. We still have it categorized logically, so you can find it under our pillars of education and technology, strategy, and psychology. But you can also find it by searching any keywords you'd like, whether that's the presenter's name or the topic. And we have Peak Capital, so PCT, that is launching our second boot camp today. So our second group of boot camp members are kicking off today, and they'll get themselves set up before sort of going live, if you will, in their trading over the next couple of weeks, and then be launching into a 3-month boot camp. So lots of stuff going on.
And the new education center, you'll start getting there'll be a bunch more videos coming out under the BBT Essentials here in the next few weeks, months. You'll start seeing some good recorded videos in that, as well as all the live webinars we do each week updated in the webinar room as well. So look forward to that.
Level 2. Jesse, we talk about level 2 a couple of different places, but from a focused perspective, most of the level 2 stuff, interesting, is actually for free on our YouTube channel. So if you're interested in level 2, Andrew did a video himself, which is worth checking out on our YouTube channel. And then Thor's got a couple of videos out there. It's one that's sort of hard. I find that's one of the hardest learnings, because it's more of I don't know how to describe it. Level 2 is an experiential learning. It's sort of like learning. Level 2 is more like learning a sport, right? It's hard to teach someone how a ball moves. You can do all the equations and figure out the physics, and it still doesn't help you determine how to be in the right place to catch a ball when it's thrown, right? You sort of have to either how to do it or you don't. And you get better at it by just doing it. I know, hopefully that doesn't confuse you, but level 2 is a lot that way. I find like you just have to watch it for hours and hours and hours and hours, and eventually you'll start to see patterns. And in my opinion, those patterns are radically different on almost every stock. Stocks sometimes work in groupings where you'll notice one sort of works like another, but no two stocks move exactly the same because they're managed by different people, right? Especially those that have heavy market maker involvement. They will have different personalities and move in a different way than others. So.
Yes.
Well, and Jesse, that's why sorry, Mike. That's why it is a little contradictory, because it's almost like it's how everybody sees the world, right? It's like you're watching a video on somebody describing the color orange. you're gonna get 20 different ways, none of which probably make sense to you. So if you stick in the room, Jesse, I don't know if you're new in the room or not, but when we see opportunities, those are some of the best learning opportunities. Look for, unfortunately, I don't know what the title is. Andrew did a couple of videos where he's watching level breaks, and because I know I've done that in the past too, and where we were watching a stock as it's trying to break a level, and that's a way to get a feel for what the level two can do for you, right? When it's breaking a whole number, or we're seeing these walls come up and we're watching for the break, and that description will help, is the most helpful, I find, because otherwise the level two, it still looks like just a bunch of moving numbers probably, right? Without something specific that you're watching for, and it's only later can you extrapolate it to the general movement of that data.
Yeah, and for everybody.
Sorry, Mike. I could just keep going
Just
on.
one thing I wanted to mention was one of the things that just happened that we didn't know was going to happen is the progress in your learning center. It all got reset, so we do apologize for that. It's just with the program and the way that it goes, but we don't plan on doing any drastic changes to the education center from this point forward, other than adding more information. So your progress this time around should not be lost. So apologize for that.
Jesse, I'm going to take a look and see. I had some recordings of some level two breaks that I had taken. If I still have them, I can I might throw them up and do a brief description if you're interested right after the close or after we're done with the events and the show here and the earnings. I'm not sure if that you got nothing but time. All right, if I can find them, we'll do it afterwards because that might help you a little bit. Just because it's a specific activity, it won't be current in timing, but it will be current in knowledge. If that makes sense. What is this? Did I actually record that?
Yeah, the only thing that makes me nervous about BlackBerry is it's just so extended from the View app.
Oh, that is terrible. Oh, but hilarious. I forgot I recorded that. Oh man. That's hilarious.
Oh, let's take a look at Sun W. I know it's been Sun Power is another one that's been popular on some of the social media. Yeah, it's getting up there. I mean, it doesn't. It's RSI. It's not really overbought per se. It's not too close to the third standard deviation in the Bollinger Band. RSI looks rock solid. Probably going to have some resistance up around a trend line somewhere around 1587, 1590 for sure. What does a monthly look like here on this? There's a weekly. Let's take a look at the weekly. Yeah, definitely getting extended. You know, it's hard to chase these stocks when they're up so much. Doesn't mean they can't run higher. It's just you know, buying them here. You know, you could be just buying into something that's gonna result in a pullback. Yeah, if you look at Friday there was a pretty harsh pullback. But then we've come ripped back higher today. So yeah, it doesn't mean it can't go higher. Let's take a look at Sun Power is another one. Whoops. Apple calls. Apple. Yeah. Anything to do with the solar, anything to do with green energy. I don't know. Apple's been kind of, for want of a better word, Apple's been a little on the weak side. Stochastics are showing that it's really weak. It's done at 50. Typically, rallies get sold when you have stochastics that low. I'm looking at on balance volume. It's dropping, which means that generally speaking, there's more volume selling than there is buying. Yeah, RSI is right at 50. I'm not sure. I guess if you were going to sell calls, if you were going to buy calls, I'd sell calls above it to take some of the premium, you know, to collect some premium. Do a covered call is what I would do personally, that's just me. If I was going to buy calls in Apple, I would do a covered. I would do a call I'd do a call spread. I guess they call that. Yeah, vertical spread. So you'd buy the whatever call you think like a 130 call, and then maybe sell a 135 above it or a 132. You know, you'd have to look at the premiums. So what do we got left? We got a minute and a bit. We got a minute and change.
Yeah. I wonder what Netflix is doing into the close.
Yeah, Neo is kind of powering into the close here. I'm liking that price action on Neo.
Yeah, Baba did have a nice break for you, John. "30 seconds if anybody's in anything. And then we'll get ready for Netflix earnings. Should be fun. They're always entertaining.
Nice, Lou.
Always.
That's good. I don't see, you know, I like the way Neo's closing here. I wouldn't hesitate to take a few hundred shares into the close here. We're getting a bit of an inside day here on Neo on the daily. Inside day being traded within the range of Friday's range, so traded inside that range. And here we go. We're finished. There was no bell. What happened to the bell?
Oh, sorry, it was in my ear. I heard the bell.
I did not hear
You're
the
in.
bell.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, well, let's. Oh, there you go. There's the bell.
That's somebody who knows to call you after market hours. Oh, market's closed. Call Brian.
Ooh, look at
Wow.
that.
Netflix.
Netflix down and
Yeah, just put in a candle. It's, I think people are positioning before the numbers. I'm not sure. Oh my god, I didn't have Benzinga all day.
yeah, only a $7 spread. Well, it's not that bad anymore. Now we're at $1.50, $4, $9,
Nine. Oh, hey, look at
40 cents. We have a range of 40 cents to $9 on the spread.
Wow, Netflix is popping up here. It's about a $20 move right now. $25 move. So what was it? What have they come out with? Earnings or the sub numbers? What have they got? What's driving
these.
things? Whew.
Wow,
Wow, you
look at
just
that
have to put.
candle.
I know. I was just going to say I should put in an order at 5:05.
Look at that. Their Q4 earnings are 6.64. Pretty healthy.
So we'll see. I guess the big question will be, can it hold? And what are they going to say on the call in terms of guidance and what they see going
Yeah.
forward? It's going to go higher here. It's going to try to push
Interesting. The
higher.
earnings per share. It's being reported. The earnings per share was $1.19 compared to a consensus estimate of $1.39. For some reason, so
Hmm.
not sure what's going on. They're restating here.
Really, some really funky
Candle
prints
action.
here, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
There's something
Just
right at that, what, that 501, it looks like? 501.88?
yeah,
501.77. Somebody wants it.
77. It's
he's got to be
Brian.
up. Yeah, it's me. Yeah, I'm sitting there. I'm waiting on the bid. 502. No, you're getting some. Obviously, getting some market makers crossing some things in that market though, which is kind of weird. But um, yeah, it is. It is certainly interesting price action.
That
Not
would
for
be
the
awesome,
faint.
Brian. If you could put a buy order to sit right at 501.
Yeah,
Seconds later for 533.
I know. Netflix is not Netflix. Facebook is moving up nicely after on this. I think my calls are.
Forecasting for Q1 of this coming year or this next year.
Hmm.
Pretty-
Hmm. Hmm.
Netflix does have some good shows, like binge watching shows.
Yeah.
Just saying.
They do. Have you watched the history of swear words yet?
No, I have not watched that. Could
It's,
be
it's a
interesting.
real quick watch. There's only a few episodes, and the episodes are really short. But and it's got Nicolas Cage hosting it for some reason. He's really really.
Look at Netflix. Keep on going.
Yeah, here we go. Ripping. What is Roku doing? Roku's up. It got an upgrade today, actually, if I remember correctly. Yeah, Roku popped on Netflix's earnings. I
Yes.
suspect Roku will be up again. Roku put in an all-time high today too, by the way.
Roku and
By the
Fubo.
Fubu. Yeah, what did Fubu do?
Random interesting fact from that history of swearing. Guess who? Guess which actor has the all-time record for saying the F word in a movie the most?
Jeff Bridges.
No.
Jeff Bridges. That would be a surprise. Dolly Parton.
Betty White.
Like, yeah, see Samuel L. Jackson, Eddie Murphy, right? Those are like obvious choices. Believe it or not, see PJH, you got it. It's Jonah Hill of all people
Hmm.
because of the movie Wolf of Wall Street. Apparently, he just like
Oh,
blows everybody. He said it
Jonah
so many times. Jonah Hill.
in The Wolf of Wall Street. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I can see
if
that.
you look over their career, I think the stat was over their career who has sort of said the F word in movies the most times. Jonah Hill is like was like 3 times the next nearest person or something like that. Anyways, it was very fun. Uh,
That is an interesting one. Knocking my fan over.
Well, guys, I think I'm gonna call it a day.
All right, Brian, have a great
And
day.
hope everyone had a good day today. Some nice little moves at the open there. Love that blackberry fallen angel today. That helped
Yeah.
set things up. Right foot.
there was a anyway. We should get back to trading here.
Blackberry was nice.
My God, look at Netflix. It looks like it's got a temporary space. We'll see if it goes up further. This is an area you'd expect to see a little bit of. It might slow down because it hit a high here of look, December 31st, 545.50. Hit a high on the last trading day of 2020. So we'll
I
see
know
if it.
John's thinking about this. He's thinking. He's tempted.
Yeah. I don't know. It's risky here to me. Tomorrow, though,
Yeah.
depending what happens overnight, Netflix. Look at the peaks it hit back in July, September, July, August, and October of last year. It could do another one of those peaks here.
Hmm.
And it seems like it sells off whenever it hits those peaks, though, too. Pops up.
Yeah, very volcanic.
Organic. So we've got a high
Big
back
pop
in
up,
right
sell down.
at 545.50. So we're through that. But we could actually end up hitting some resistance right at this level here. 545.50.
Yeah. Yeah, I expect resistance right here. I said based on the daily chart.
Yeah.
But we'll see
So
what happens. Let's see what happens.
we'll see what happens. All right.
Jesse, to you, I could not find the recorded those recordings that I had made. It was over a year ago, and I don't know what I've done with them now. If anyone has a recording of a level 2 break, I'd be happy to go over it. I feel like I sort of committed to that.
Aren't those on YouTube?
Oh, there's I know there's a couple of them out there. Yeah, Jesse. Again, it's not that complicated. Like it's not really complex, but seeing it is the tough thing. Seeing it in real time, such that you can do something about it, right? In your trading, that's really the trick.
Yeah, here's one. Jesse, if you're an elite member, here's a video for it. I think, yeah. Might even be on YouTube. Here's a live trading one, Peter, that's on YouTube. I'll post the link for you. It's on Momo.
I'm just looking to see where he hits the level. I used to have some because we occasionally we get these really cool walls and you could see it. Yeah, this one's okay, but anyway. Anyways, Jesse, hopefully you'll find some. If it's keep asking if it's still whoops throwing you for a loop, and we can see what we can do. Hopefully find some live ones that we can sort of bring up because it's easier to see it in real time when you can sort of see what's happening and how it works.
Yeah. So with that, I'm going to say goodbye to everybody out on YouTube. Thank you for joining us this afternoon.
Later, everybody. Have a good one.